Welcome everyone. So this is a course for PMP, which is a professional management program for you to clear the exam on your first attempt with the 2021. So what is different in this? I'm going to discuss the important aspects of 2021 PMP exam, which will not only help you to clear the exam, which will also help you to understand the real scenarios of the work environment so that you can clear this exam. Plus, when you're working, you would be able to give better examples in your interview and you would be able to give the better answers and handle the situation much better when you're working as a project manager. Now, what is the biggest change in 2021? The exam questions are more on a real based scenarios. So, if you have an experience on project management as a project manager, it will make your life little easy, but not completely easy. Because for this, clearing the exam, you would need a project management trained aligned training with PMBOK guide because you are required to know all the processes, the environments, and how you deal with people and the real life experiences. In my this course, I am discussing so many real life examples so that it will help you to actually understand what the things are. You can't just remember and learn the stuff what is going to come in an exam, what would be the name of the process, or what would be the definition mean. That is not going to help you out. You would require to understand all the scenarios, all the understandings with the examples so that you would be able to beat it in no minutes. So in an exam, you would see the 200 questions in total. And out of those 200 questions, 175 questions would be which you will be scored. Only 175. 25 out of 200 are random questions can be appear anywhere in the exam and no one knows where those questions would be. But that would not be helping you out or that would not be restricting you out because you are getting scored on the basis of 175 questions. There is no approximate percentage how you're gonna uh, get scored, but according to my experience, whatever we have gained, it's approximately 65 to 69% has to be correct of 175 questions. I would say, let's say approx of 70% just for the safe side, but it is somewhere from 65 to 69%. The range is different because it depends on the complexity of the exam, just to let you know. So the exam is divided into the three big domains, which is people, process, and business environment. As you all know, it's something how we deal with people. I'm going to explain that to you for sure in a few minutes. For the people, how we deal with the people, it more based on real life scenarios and real life people. 42% will come from the people domain. 50% will come from the process which are discussing in throughout my course and in PMBOK. And this course has been designed, which is a combination of PMBOK and the real life scenarios, and you're getting a great training which will help you to clear the exam on your first attempt. Last but not the least, business environment, and you're going to see the 8% of the business environment. I would love to let you know the 8% is mostly you're going to see that from one chapter. So why don't you just at least, we are going to anyhow read all these three domains. But just to let you know what this includes, we will go ahead for sure for that. So in this course, in this PMP, you would have these chapters. The chapters are fundamental processes. We also call this fundamental framework processes. We have a procurement. We have a risk, quality, integration, schedule, cost, framework, scope, resource, stakeholder, and communication. The reason I have kept the coloring on this, because it is from very difficult level to the easy level. So the red on the top, it's a sharpest red, or you can say a different sharp red color, saying the danger. So it is starting from there and it's going till here. So it means the procurements are pretty tough. The risk is very, very tough, very important chapter, but is better than procurement. Quality is better than risk. So it's just like as it is declining, I would say it is. So this is at a higher risk, and as it's coming down, the chapters are pretty easy. It's just to help you out in case you want to know which chapter is very important. But the way I have designed this course and the program for you, I would recommend you to start from the beginning so that you can exactly understand which chapter comes first and how it's interrelated to the another chapters. But in this, from my own experience and what I have got an experience from so many years, which chapters are really, really important, I figured that out. Most of the questions comes in an exam from procurement. It is very important. It is difficult, but it is very important. But at the same time, the questions come a lot from communication, especially during the COVID time. All our communication is virtual. We are working from home, so the communication is really important. How to deal with the communication. Luckily, this chapter is very easy to crack, and you're going to see many questions related to communication on your chapter. Procurement. After procurement, the risk is a very important chapter. You're going to see the risk as a little part of it in every single chapter. Risk is a very important chapter by itself. You're going to see so many questions on this topic of risk in your exam. Quality is very, very important. You're going to see majority of the questions from these three chapters plus these two chapters. Luckily, the stakeholder and communications are the most easiest chapters on this course in PMBOK, and these chapters are most difficult. I'm not saying that these chapters would not come, it would come, but just to let you know, these three and the top three would cover most of your questions, and at least you can make these part more strong so that you can clear up the exam. But our goal is not just to clear the exam, our goal is to understand everything, and not only just to clear an exam on your first attempt. Our goal is also to understand how we are going to get a job, how we are going to give the real life scenario examples, and while we are in on our job, how we're going to use those things. So let's go ahead. What's the people is? This is a very first domain, I would say. The people domain relates to the several tools and techniques, along with a unique set of skills that may include the following, which is the leadership, team building, motivation, and conflict management, which includes and covers the majority of the chapters, resources, communication, and stakeholders. So if you are doing a people domain, you can expect 42% of the exam is based on the people domain. The associated tasks and skills are not needed for the project communication. They are inherent in our work, and as a project manager, you are supposed to know how to handle the communication, how to handle the conflicts, how to motivate your team, how to deal with people, basically. So these three chapters are the one which covers the majority in it. Let's discuss more about it. The next domain is process. The process is, it is saying, the process domain includes the technical project management skills and activities needed to manage a project with an overall goal to deliver the benefits. The project manager, along with team in this effort, he works along with them so that the project manager can use the skills also from the people, the previous domain, the domain number one. He can use those skills. And the chapters which are covered in a majority are the resource chapter, communication, stakeholders, which were a part of people domain also. But along with that, you are going to see scope, schedule, cost, quality, risk, procurement, and fundamental framework, which covers 50% of the exam. So that is very, very important. Did you see the importance of these chapters? Because this is a part of a people domain and this is a part of the process too. I'm going to see in you in your next video so that I would be able to explain you the next domain and few more tactics to clear this exam.